Okay, testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we live? Yeah, I think we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cops Factory. So in our last episode, we had a fight with our best friend, Aoi, and because of our a so-called bad choice, I think she didn't go to the temp job that we actually set up for her, and as a result, we got the guy Fujiwara, I think, into big trouble, and Noriko became a target for cops in the cops girls website, and she thought it was Tomoe, the girl girl, but then it ended up actually wasn't her, and then suddenly they become sort of like besties because of a prank Noriko tried to do. It's just like it's so weird, and yeah. Okay, so enough me rambling. Let's continue. Okay, if you notice there, the safe has changed a bit because well, some of them has a multiple choice, so I think it will lead to different endings. So I just just saved it just in case. So let's go to the latest load. After dealing with Tomoe, the rest of the day goes by without incident. I'm thankful, mainly due to how exhausted I am from lack of sleep. When I finally get home, I crash on the couch and watch the sun vanish from the sky. It's late, but I can still make the most of the night if I pull myself up from the couch. With great effort, I manage to stand and then make my way to the kitchen to brew a cup of tea. In my mind, I run through a list of things I should do during my free time tonight. I should check my website requests, take a bath, or maybe get back to reading Strange Flower. Whatever I end up doing, I'm just relieved the day is over. With a steaming cup of green tea in hand, I retreat to my room and leave the outside world to continue turning without me. Oh, straight up next day. Another dull morning in the office. The chatter of people talking on the phone, the humming of the air conditioner, the tapping of fingers against the keyboards. If I didn't have music to drown out the white noise, I'd probably go mad from being exposed to it every day. I don't know how everyone else deals with it. Thanks to a good night's rest, I've been able to work diligently so far. I've completed a few tasks already, but there's still a lot more work to do. As I continue to pulverize my keyboard with thin, brittle fingers, I look out over the office floor to see who is around. Shinya sits at his desk, his expression scrunched up in concentration, and he absentmindedly scratches his face with the blunt end of a pen. Turning my gaze, I observe the back of Tomoe's head as she works attentively at the computer. She doesn't say anything to me since we arrived at the office this morning. Because I now know that she's not the one who requested my death, I feel more at ease around her. And with a photo of my own corpse destroyed, I can put yesterday's unplanned events behind me. I need to be more careful in the future. Forgetting that I planted a photo like that in Tomoe's desk drawer was an oversight I can't afford to repeat. I need to be clever, calculated, cunning. Corpse girls' ambitions require me to be at peak performance at all times. I can't go messing up like that again. I'm lucky that no one else was dragged into the whole mess. Imagine if I did something so stupid when trying to kill a real victim. I would have ruined the entire operation. Taking a deep breath, I clap my cheeks softly with both hands. From now on, I'm going to truly focus when carrying out my plans. All I need to do is wait for the next return to come through the website. I'm ready for it. Finding out the identity of whoever requested my own death shouldn't be my top priority. I'm immune to Corpse Girl's wrath, of course, so unless someone decides to come at me with a knife, I'm perfectly safe. Haven't you ever thought about copycat murders? But then again, who? I'll check the website request this evening as soon as I get home. It's so risky to try and access it while at work. With newfound resolve, I nod to myself and look ahead to the end of the day. The flickering notification on my laptop screen prompts a wicked grin to split my face in two. One new request. I don't waste any time before opening up the details of the request. My heart begins to pound and I feel the welcome rush of adrenaline flooding through my body. Request details. Today, 10:55 a.m. local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. Oh. My eyes widen at the sight of the uploaded photo. Two people. Two identical women. Twins? Identical twins at that. The woman on the left is circled in red. She's obviously the requested victim, but without knowing them personally, it's impossible to distinguish between the two. They both have the same stunning features, lustrous hair and contagious smiles. This truly is an interesting request. I immediately jump to the conclusion that one twin wants the other dead. That's not the only possibility, but I'd like to think it's the case. Makes it exciting. This type of request only serves to reinforce my resolve. I can't wait to start gouging up the victim's eyes. She will leave behind a truly beautiful corpse. As I wait for my secret weapon, the database of the deceased, to load up, my phone tingles beside me on the couch. It's a noise message from none other than Kojiro. Hey, you there about last time? Hi! Hey, that guy, Eiichi Hanada, gone today. Is that so? Where did he go? Cremated. Family didn't collect him. Give me the space, you know how it is. I don't quite know why Kojiro decided to tell me this, so I suppose he still thinks I requested Aichi's death, so... I see. More names? What? Want me to look up more names? Corpse Girl's victims? Sorry, I don't have any more names for you. Shame. Tell me you request more deaths. Oh, and do you know her identity? Oh, Corpse Girl? Yes. No, sorry, I don't know who she is. Okay. Is it you? Jeez, are we back to this again? No, it's not me. I'm not as clever as all that. Okay. How did she kill you? I'm not sure. Okay. What do you know, lol? All I know is that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Everyone knows that. My dog knows that. He has a dog. It's her calling card. You had a request fulfilled. Tell me more. I don't know what else to tell you. Lame. Okay. BTW. I saw the photo. What photo? Aichi Hanada. Photo on his phone. The calling card. Huh? How did Kojiro see it? Sure, he deals with dead bodies, but surely personal possessions are removed from the deceased before they enter the morgue? I need to play it cool here and not invite any more suspicion on myself. Are you talking about the photo that Corpse Girl supposedly sends her victims? I think he's just trying to lure you to describe what photo was uploaded. But then he doesn't know it himself. Yes. Funny thing, was definitely the guy, but photo didn't match cause of death. The photo didn't match the cause of death. I remember crafting Eiichi Hanada's photo, of course. It wasn't all that long ago. I used the base image of a corpse with dismembered legs hanging over a power line. Oh, he died in a traffic accident. It was a memorable image after all. It made a fearsome sight, but it's not something that could be easily replicated by murder for that matter. So I never really expected Aichi to wind up looking like the photo. From what I read in the obituary, he died in a traffic accident. He must have been driving or he was a pedestrian. Either way, it was likely a collision with a vehicle. For starters, cadaver still has both legs. No legs in the photo. Did you know that? Oh, he did saw the real photo, okay. No, I didn't know. I haven't seen the photo you're talking about. You haven't? Interesting. So Kopska doesn't share with the requester. Hang on. Okay. So only the victim sees the photo. Here. Oh. Wow. What? Kojiro shares a photo in the chat. Sure enough, it's a snapshot of the corpse photo I produced for Aichi Hanada. His face is facing away from the photo. He must have copied it from the victim's phone. The photo from Corpse Girl. Compared to this, another photo is shared in the chat. This one I haven't seen before. It's Aichi Hanada's true corpse, sprawled forward in the driver's seat of a wrecked car. Seeing a genuine corpse photo doesn't come as much of a surprise to me. After all, I've spent countless hours trawling through the database of the deceased. I've seen more than my fair share of destroyed lives. There's not too much blood in this photo. It's kinda lame compared to the gorgeous rendition of his death that I lovingly crafted. It's still not entirely evident what led to Aichi's car collision. This very well could have been a genuine accident. For my own ego, I had to at least pretend that Corpse Girl had a hand in it. Thoughts. The real death doesn't match Corpse Girl's photo at all. Why do you think that is? I feel pretty clever and manipulative by putting the question on Kojiro. I want to lessen the suspicion of my true involvement as much as possible. You're asking me? Well, some theories. Corpse Girl's photo is a scare tactic. Nothing more, but don't know where photos come from. She convinces the victim to themselves. What the hell? How could this very first theory be right on the money? Just who is this guy? Is he stalking me or something? Does he actually know the truth? Second theory, Corpse Girl comes after victims, but a genuine accident happened first. Aichi Hanada died before she got to him. His second theory is off the mark, but I can see why he came to that conclusion. Regardless, this is the theory I want him to believe. I think the second theory is most likely. Why would someone kill? Why would someone themselves from seeing a photo? Doubting my own methods like this leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Not that simple, photo is personal and timestamp adds urgency and realism. Could be effective, especially in someone anxious or gullible. He's right, of course. Although causing death in this manner was never my intention when I first started Corpse Girl's website, it's a possibility that did occur to me when Ruri Hatano died. Wait a minute, how did you even get these two photos? Lol. Now she asks. These don't seem like to share, more morbid the better. That guy with Corpse photo on his phone fits the bill. They sent me both photos. We paid spot the difference, lol. Disgusting. I never knew the police would be so disrespectful to the dead. While I can't really talk, at the very least, I'm not in that line of work. Anyway, coffee? Huh? Get coffee with me? Why/N? Yes or no? Unbelievable. This guy wants to meet up and grab coffee? Has this conversation really given him the feeling that I'm interested in him? Does he think we bonded over a discussion of dead bodies? I'm about to tell him no, but some part of me hesitates and holds my fingers. Kojiro has connections, the morgue, the police. It's not inconceivable that he might be a useful tool in the future. At this stage, I'm about 80% sure he doesn't know my true identity. It might be safe to meet up with him. On the other hand, I get the impression that even if he knew who I really am, he'd only be impressed. It's a gamble. It could be beneficial, or it could lead to me being caught out. I might even get arrested for my involvement in 3 deaths. Though, is what I'm doing really illegal? I'm not so sure, but I don't think a jury would take my side. That's why I have to err on the side of caution at all times. Kojiro. Okay, let's meet. I type the words and hit send before I have any more second thoughts. It might be a fatal mistake, but if I'm clever enough, I can wrap him around my finger and utilize his connections. One moment. Cool. Message you tomorrow. Bye. Kojiro's status immediately changes to offline. I rest my foot on the couch and look back to the laptop screen in front of me. The smiling, beautiful faces of 2 identical women stare back at me. That's right, I was about to start working on this most interesting request. I still have plenty of time before I need to get to sleep. With this thought in mind, I set about my task in high spirits. Oh? Next day, afternoon, Thursday. She's not wearing her office clothes? The tiny balcony jutting out from the side of my apartment is nothing like it was advertised in a real estate building. When I first saw the misleading photos, I thought it would be spacious and bright, an open-air hideaway that I could use to get some fresh air and improve my health. I wanted to set a tiny garden and grow some plants, nothing that would require a lot of work, but something that could occupy my spare time. In reality, the balcony is a depressing amalgamation of steel and concrete that saps away any desire to stand upon it. It rests in the eternal shadow of the surrounding buildings and manages to catch the sun's rays for about 4 minutes every day. It's an understatement to say that I was disappointed when I ventured out upon it for the first time. I suppose, if nothing else, it's a good vantage point for looking out over the city, but that's the only positive thing I have to say about it. As I stand here with my back against the railing, calmly sipping a warm mug of green tea, I breathe a heavy sigh. I should be at the office. I should be tapping away at my keyboard, getting through the backlog of work that has accumulated this week. Instead, I'm here at home, tired and strained and very thin at the seams. I called in sick this morning. I don't know if my supervisor bought the lie, but he did tell me to stay home and feel better. So that's what I've been trying to do. It's my own fault I feel this way. It's my own fault that I stayed up until 4 AM again. Oh, she really worked on that photo, huh? I know that lack of sleep exacerbates my condition. I know that skipping meals and refusing to take medication makes me feel this way. I know that I do this to myself. I know. But this is me. This is what I do to myself as I try to take on each day. This is the way I stretch myself thin for no reason other than because some days I don't want to be better. I just want to be. I want to stay up late and work on Kopska's requests. My body's need for sleep doesn't come before my ambitions. I want to eat only when necessary because when I'm slim, I look beautiful. I want to be beautiful, just like her. I want to skip my medication because taking the same pills every day is a hassle, very expensive, and I question whether I really need them anymore. Oh, this really hits hard to some people, I think. If I can just stay at home like this, I don't need the medication. I even came out to the balcony and that counts as being outside. So why do I need to take the pills? It's true that when I skip a few days, I end up like this. I try to convince myself that I'm fine, that I'm fixed. Like how some broken thing that has been magically repaired. But I end up staying inside all day with the curtains shut and my eyes locked on the screen. I know that when I stay on top of my medication, I can go to work and the park and the library without a second thought. I can get on the train and not worry about strangers breathing on me or touching me. I can go to the convenience store and leisurely look around. I even went to that restaurant last week and read a book while eating dinner. And no one even tried to cut me or abduct me. And no one tried to strangle themselves in front of me and Yuriko. Oh, she brought her sister along? Can I really only go out and do those normal things because of some tiny pills that a doctor said I need? Or can I do those things because I'm actually better now? Maybe I was never unwell in the first place, not irrational, just cautious, careful, concerned. I realize that my mouth is empty when I bring it to my lips and taste nothing but the slightly waxy, unpleasant sensation of smudged lipstick. Well, I've been outside for long enough anyway. I'll go inside once it's getting late. Plus, I have the feeling that someone on the street below has been watching me and is waiting to climb up onto my balcony. Ooh, she felt that she has eyes on her. What if it's true? I enter my apartment, set the mug aside and retreat into my bedroom. My phone is where I left it, sitting face up and begging for my undivided attention. I snatch it up, unlocking the screen, and greeted by the last web page I left open. It's my custom-made news alert for obituaries. From tomorrow morning, I'll be anxiously waiting news for my latest victim's fate. I timestamped the photo with tomorrow's date, June 5th, 9:01 a.m. The unlucky twin has already received the photo. I sent it out earlier today. After sending the photo, I always hide the burner phone out in the unused shed behind my apartment building. Getting the phone into the shed this morning was rather difficult. I had to cover up my face and hands with some old clothes and I waited until nobody was inside before dashing as fast as I could. It took me a good 10 minutes to collect myself inside the shed before I could rush back to my apartment and lock the door behind me. I don't think anyone tried to follow me. However, I know that I'm going to need to retrieve the phone again tomorrow and dispose of it. I'll check for a reply from the victim, of course, not that they ever reply. Then I'll destroy the SIM and discard the phone like I always do. It might be difficult to get out there to the shed again. On top of that, I really should go to the office. Oh, and then there's one more thing I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Kojiro wants to meet for coffee. I'm not so deluded to think that I can pull off all those escapades tomorrow in my current state. I resign myself to reaching for the bottle of medication on my dresser. Maybe another week of taking these pills won't be so bad. They tend to increase my appetite, which is really annoying. It's a constant struggle to try and ignore the hunger that tears at my stomach. So is she taking pills for... not sure. I'm not going to speculate. And it doesn't help that they wreak havoc on my libido. I never know what to expect. Sometimes I can look at these photos of Aoi on my phone and feel absolutely nothing. Other times I can simply be scrolling through noise while standing on the train and feel an overwhelming urge to explode. Oh, side effects. I do my best to dismiss my doubts and fears as I swallow 2 of the tiny tablets. I follow up with a sip of water from a bottle kept next to my bed, and I fight the urge to retch. I'll take a shower to freshen up. After that, I should curl up in bed and read. I need to conserve my strength for tomorrow, so an early night is in order. Maybe tomorrow is the day I'll finally be better. Yeah, I don't think so.
Where the hell were you yesterday?
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
That's so sweet.
Tomoe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably so.
Listen, have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
Yeah, thanks though.
Thanks for what?
For thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Aww. Tomoe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. Despite our differences, our interactions regarding Corpse Girl have helped us bond a little. I'm not counting on Tomoe and I having a lasting friendship. Even just quiet peace might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people, regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect each other.
I'm at my desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
She waves and leaves that cryptic statement in the air behind her. I return my attention to my computer and mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to waddle up to my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya.
You weren't in yesterday?
Nope.
Are you well?
Yep.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Aoi?
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Aoi a job.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence. I really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
When you put it that way...
I'm not trying to be careless, but what he said makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Aoi struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
What's with that tone?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
Right.
If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is his cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come into the office with a knife. Or maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and request Kotomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Who knows? I can't read this guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me. So what would I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon. Maybe she'll find a job that suits her one day.
Maybe.
Say... Seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I ask you a, personal question?
That depends on what it is.
It's related to, intercourse?
Huh? My face crunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this conversation is heading in. Neither do I.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it. You're really the only other friend I have, so...
Aww. Shinya's face takes on a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
Oh, if, hypothetically speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know...
Oh?
Sex?
His face turns red in an instant.
Yes, that.
Oh, he's crying? Or
If someone pressures you into it and you really don't want to do it, what should you do?
just say no. Just say no.
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
There you go.
Yes. Of course.
I feel that my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he's obviously seeking.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never... Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic. I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please, forgive my lack of professionalism.
Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get the chance to say anything else. What was all that about? Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She seems really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? Or is it the other way around? I do not know. Maybe it's guilt for not being able to prevent his career going down the toilet, but I feel like I should try and do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once the double doors close, I get up from my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother you.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Wow, you just really went straight to the point.
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut?
Ouch.
Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't. Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road. And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
Oh.
Okay, I believe you.
So it's the other way around? What's going on?
Why are you asking me anyway? Did Shinya say something to you?
No, I was curious, that's all.
You think we're real friendly now, don't ya? Well, I don't mind some girl talk. Come talk to me anytime.
Oh, luckily it went past her head.
Thank you, I'll do that.
Tomoe waggles her fingers in a goodbye wave, and I return to my desk. If I take Tomoe at her word, which I find myself doing increasingly often, then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything he's uncomfortable with. So that can only mean one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. Oh. But the guy admitted to me only today that his only friends are Tomoe and myself, so... Who was he talking about when he brought up the subject? I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary today. Oh, this is a nice coffee shop. Or cafe. My latest victim, that twin woman, had a photo timestamp set to 9:01 this morning. If my method worked like it has the last few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or someone mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. Oh, that's what you put for a COD, huh? It's not like I've managed to identify how Corpse Girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet, I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I've tried searching manually too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can find and have come up with nothing. It's possible that she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is still plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back at square one. My winning streak will be over before it really begins if the corpse photo has no effect. I make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
That familiar halting voice snaps me out of my thoughts. Kojiro stands before me, wearing slightly cleaner clothes than the last time we met. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date and decided to wear his absolute best outfit. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne. I can't deal strong colognes. Gives me a headache.
Hi.
Can I sit?
Please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. His tall, lanky form doesn't really seem to fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here.
He can smile nice too, huh?
Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing.
Oh, one moment. Yeah, excuse that sudden noise. Chocolate gâteau. What is chocolate gâteau? I need to check on that later.
I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around and Kojiro places our order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback as she bows politely and humbly asks him to repeat himself in Japanese. Once our order is settled, Kojiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
You wear glasses?
I subconsciously reach a hand to my face and check if I am indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
Kojiro leans back casually and shrugs.
Couldn't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time? Is he referring to when we met at the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just making conversation. This place is great, right?
It's true that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the display of various cakes at the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume to be French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kojiro chose well.
Oh, is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry, it's on me. How's work? The bank, right?
I cocked my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject. I don't think you did. Because you're only talking about books. And his recommendation of something Sinclair.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
That's so. Huh. Read your profile wrong.
I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Oh, you mean the noise profile? The noise app profile? Of course he would have read my noise profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal. I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate gâteau. The cake is delicate and moist, and my stomach growls in betrayal of my convictions. Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave.
A bite?
He scoops up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave a hand politely and shake my head.
Oh well.
He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Could eat if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Just saying, could stand to gain some weight.
ow. The nerve of him. Who would say that to me a woman?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think...
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean. You're gorgeous. Just saying, some cake wouldn't hurt.
I'm gorgeous? I feel a little flushed and I look down at my phone to avoid Kojiro's warm gaze.
Try the coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me, more due to the pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature and it's absolutely delightful. Rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I'd probably be wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kojiro arrived, I smile.
It's wonderful.
Right?
Oh,
I like your smile.
he is so straightforward. This guy is really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned, still. The praise is kind of nice. Even if he's just trying to play me with the oldest lines in the book. I figure I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question. Okay, let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22.
He's 34? Oh, it's been 12 years.
Damn. 12 years. Never thought about it.
He's 34.
Shit, I'm old.
Not really, but
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
how old is Noriko again?
How old are you?
Oh,
Can I ask that?
thank you, Kojiro.
I don't mind. I'm 20.
Ooh, fresh out of high school?
Phew. Okay. Right.
Is that an issue?
No, of course not. You're mature for your age, or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
I can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
Oh. And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type.
So she's a bi? Okay.
And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
That's so. Unrequited love, huh?
Ouch.
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. I mean, you're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Oh, he just gave up that easily, huh?
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
He raises his coffee cup in a toast, then takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. He might be a bit more mature than I give him credit for. If he can take rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character.
So, Corpse Girl.
Oh, straight to the point again.
Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4, if I'm lucky. I'm trying not to say this aloud.
Eiichi Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Got the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead him to believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
Yes.
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
His face lights up almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer, excited even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death.
Huh?
Know anyone who deserves it?
Oh, you want to request on behalf? What the heck?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither.
Neither am I, huh?
Maybe you should request me.
Eh?
I'm dying to know how it goes down.
Huh?
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
I can protect myself.
Oh?
I mainly want a corpse photo.
Oh.
How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
Yeah, she's currently reading it.
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting, I won't lie.
Nobel Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Nobel, there you go, Nobel Sinclair.
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So? Has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian? I can imagine the waiter's reaction. Ah, classic.
Kojiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him. 12 years in a morgue. What would you expect? He looks at death in a different perspective, I guess.
Oh, that's it there.
It takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nod and reach for the book. I pull the massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags on the bag zipper and causes some of the contents to fly out.
Whoa!
A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick up my things. He pauses when his hands grapple with another book that has fallen under the strange flower.
Fausse photographie? What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try to snatch it from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro is quick and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
Huh. English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He can read English as well? He returns to his seat and flips through the pages as I finish packing my belongings away. I bow my head silently, waiting for his judgment.
Yo, you can read this?
Oh, he can't read. Can he? Wait, I'm judging. I'm too fast in judging him.
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first.
Ah, okay.
Huh. These images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closer and looks at me.
I figured it out.
I praise myself for his inevitable accusation.
Corpse Girl fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct, but will he go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Hey, why do you have this book?
Ah, that's the question.
Are you editing photos?
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
Oh, you just gave away, huh?
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo. The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
Oh, lucky.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's not photo manipulation, then one more theory.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse. Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower. She makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Oh, he's thinking it that way, huh?
I see.
Immediately, my mind started to kick into high gear. Kojiro has unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism would be amazing. It would be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. Oh no. It will be the next step up in realism. It's sure to convince victims to honor themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can be relied upon to themselves, then I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All of the deaths would be caused by. It would be predictable. Conquering victims would simply be a matter of forgiving a convincing enough corpse replica. But the legwork involving acquiring corpses would be. That's it! The answer is sitting right in front of me, with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands.
Say, hypothetically, would it be easy for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies? Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone, mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer, I'd give away spare corpses, no problem.
Oh. Oh.
Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right.
The price would have to be right.
But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
You're giving yourself off very quickly. Okay, one moment. Okay, let's get back to work. I'm so sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan. I support her work. It's fascinating. If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then... well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
This is amazing. I never imagined this meeting could be so lucrative. If I want to get my hands on all the corpses I've ever need, I can just ask him here and now. I find myself breathing heavily and I notice that my cheeks are warm and my head feels slightly airy. Oh. It all comes down to whether or not I really want to step up my game. Aren't you worried about your physical condition though? The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are the cases of the previous victims. Akane Tsurumaki herself, there's no doubt about it. But Aichi Hanada? It's highly possible his car wreck truly was accidental. I may not have had a hand in that after all. Rori Hatano, my first ever conquest, the cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have herself in the position her body was discovered in. She's the whole reason that I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place, after all. So there's one definite, one potential murder, and one death that was an accident. A traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random. And when you pile in the countless failures I've encountered over the past year, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to simply themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers and make them look like my victims. The work would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt about it, and it would take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing, props. Then there's lighting to consider, and backdrops. It's one thing to take an image from the database of the deceased and have a corpse splattered on the pavement ready to go. It's an entirely different thing to have to drag a body out of a morgue and plant it in position, then take photos of it. There will be a lot to consider here. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. But if I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it will lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Yo, finished your coffee?
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and then steps toward me. I stand up too, and playing my best hand, I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height, but I don't think I pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Oh,
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
I give him my best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out onto the pavement outside. It's not in my nature to try and seduce somebody for my benefit, so much so that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off, but now that I've left the cafe, I can't look back to see what effect I had on Kojiro, if any. I cross the road and a shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into. Saturday afternoon. The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and windows closed, I find myself at the mall shopping for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on life power. I tried plugging into different outlets. I tried plugging into my laptop, but nothing I did gave my device even the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around, but I turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. Couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. So either the charger has died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to somebody for a day or two and go without it. So I'm hedging my bets on the issue with the charger. If I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store will probably have a budget charger that will still fit my device. I just want to find what I'm looking for and get out of this place. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I had been browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any sign of my latest victim's demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course. This is a big country and people die every day. But, very few matched the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match had photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was dead end after dead end. I might have to just accept the fact that this lady's request will go unfulfilled. But accepting it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I find myself stomping through the mall more often than simply walking. A few people glance at me, but I don't pay heed. I wanted that woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice or despair the fate that befell on her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down and down and down and down and down. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die. To spiral down, to die. To spiral out of control. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. Spiral down, down, down.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, my hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
Oh. I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs. Why?
Ah! Why didn't you die? Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please? Die, 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 die!
Is she going to kill somebody?
Mom, I'm scared. I'll kill her. I'll find her. I'll find her.
Whoa. I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin. Itch. I'll find that twin. Itch. I'll find that twin. Itch. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself. I'll kill her myself.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
All right. That's enough.
A strong hand pulls at my shoulder and my face hits the ground hard. My arms are restrained behind my back and all I can see in my blurry vision is the checkered tile floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tucked backwards and my head rolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. Oh, she really had a meltdown. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and rudely awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek, and he motions for me to take hold of it myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
Oh, Mr. Kenji?
Huh?
Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly.
Oh, that was him?
The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
This guy, I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the very same guy who lives in my apartment building. The nice guy who greets me in the most stairwell. The father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Nariko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I tried to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something. Some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Nariko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming? An image of a smiling woman flashes in my mind, a twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die. That's right, I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. Stupid, 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 stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. But the shopping mall? Oh, what was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake. Taking a pill or two every other day, or when I feel like it, isn't going to help me. Skipping days at a time and just popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take that. Take what? Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be a calm at all times, stoic, unflinching Noriko. What the am I doing?
Nariko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
Huh. I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Nariko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
Oh? The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A broad, intimidating man enters the small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
This her?
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression. This is Mr. Fujikawa?
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Nariko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
Kenji? Ah, Ogawa. Well, never mind what he said. I was here already in regards to another case. I happened to witness your little outburst. Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, I'd drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
Ha. The medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something, and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so... I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm. And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
I don't think so.
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings.
Ah, he's going to find the books.
You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. Oh, lucky you. He finds nothing of interest in the bag save for one thing. My phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realize that the last drop of battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. It's not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's what my collection of burner phones is for. It's arbitrary, right? But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro for starters. And then there are those images of Aoi, Tomoe, and that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded to the net. Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me, and I barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers. So rough, what the heck?
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of a steel deadbolt knocking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight, my gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me, she's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realized. I need to cut down immediately. A sour taste rolls on my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. Oh. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
Why? I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I can do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, and for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Fujikawa spins on his heel with force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak. She has eye bags now? Oh, she has eye bags under her eyes. Was that normal? Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of happy pink pills. Nautical, nautical, nautical. Oh. Her reflection. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. But I'm more than that, more than her. I'm corpse girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters. Corpse girl matters. She will succeed and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi with a small frame and cute features. And that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who's just like me and Yuriko combined, but with vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear but now just glazeable whenever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko with her dark hair and her intense gaze and her healthy, acceptable frame. Oh, she's really losing it. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion.
Fuck you.
Oh. I cursed at the mirror and spit on my own reflection.
Fuck you.
I clench my fist until my nails dig and tear and pierce my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down to the carpet.
I don't want to be you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you.
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I always sought. It's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Yuriko got put on ice, and after I found this apartment that felt so strange at first. This is who I am.
I love your hair. Your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raised 2 fingers to my mouth and kissed them gently, then pressed them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
She is slowly losing it. To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean a bit of lipstick off my mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water, and I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. It will be some time before I feel stable, maybe in a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Today's the day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed on my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl, for me. With my room now clean, I decide to spend a little time tidying the rest of my apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments, Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1, I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because the twin women didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve. After all, Kojiro's connection to the mob may very well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2, I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken, not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication, I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more, not much more because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I love her. I loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all of the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is and always will be my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but I will let her remain as simply as my friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. This last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day, instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous, he really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if I ever broke up with him. I don't think he's that kind of guy though. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I finish tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help to lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's the musty odor that seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building. For at least as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs too. And as far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Kopska has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch out my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims, fresh blood. Oh. The first is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants his unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much more interesting. Two things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across it in white ink. It's an autograph photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess that I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet that the disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol, or a singer, or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out, and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her, kill her. Well, that's the theory I slowly piece together as I examine some of the finer details of the photo. The reasons behind the request don't matter, they never matter, I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on the life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours before when I send the photo. It will be kind of fun to schedule two deaths to occur around the same time. It will make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goal set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. Monday evening. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses and I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train. I got to the convenience store at the usual time and I arrived at the office without hitch. If I can keep up with this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever, strong enough to fulfill Corp's girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office and even made a small talk for a few minutes. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me anyway, at least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 PM, and although both of my latest victims should have ended themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for the obituaries. I have a news alert not set on my phone, of course. If it doesn't come 70, I'll be notified, but even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its mad nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we might have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but
What's wrong?
hasn't he seemed, like, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
I might have my hunch, but I won't say it for now.
Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating? No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory that was flitting around the edges of my consciousness has come into the light. Shinya spoke to me, hypothetically, about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so what was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then the relationship could really be in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama, like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day. And part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
Why are you going straight for that?
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so... I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
Ah. Good backup, I guess.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, you seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but... Who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Oh, yep.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on the hill and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk, the exchange of words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my co-workers take their leave and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the happiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding toward his desk before my mind even registers what I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? Oh, one moment. I'm just going to save with this. Yep. Return. I'm pretty sure he's not having trouble with Tomoe. Yeah, tell me what's wrong.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I don't expect anything really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content to simply sit on the sidelines and watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. What? At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person could be. It could be someone from the office, it could be someone from his private life. I'm confident that it's not Tomoe. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself, and he's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever is happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is a guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time the word sexist was mentioned around him.
Yes.
Oh? His calm response and even calmer demeanor diverges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point, but I'm truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily, and I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe. I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
Trapped. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims, not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. But part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder, I know it to be true. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know.
Then why not take the leap and tell someone?
If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
I don't think you will lose Tomoe, but if you lose your job, means it's someone from the office. And especially one of higher posts. His job, then it's somebody we work with. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
It's somebody here then.
I speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager. An exec. And that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
You're onto something.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparkles from deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme, a scheme that I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the door closes behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans out around me, I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office towers in the distance while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in the traces of Shinya's footsteps toward the elevator. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? When execs have business with junior staff, they descend from this lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, like the whisper of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
I creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope that the ding of the elevator's arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it!
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around the corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk. Do I need to prepare something? Let me test something before I proceed. Okay, it works. It works. Okay. Let's continue. Wait. Okay. Let's continue.
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you.
Sick.
You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all. How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Kotomi Ida, the executive with Shinya's career in her hands, the very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Oh, sure, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
I swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward rather loudly and purposefully bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thump. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me. Her eyes narrow into hateful slits as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here? This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somewhat narrow even further, to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
I fold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya. Tomoe, who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. In Tomoe's absence, it falls on me to protect Shinya.
Fuck off, you filthy skank.
I can't believe the foul words that tumbled out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotomi can't believe it either, because her eyes finally widened and her jaws dropped. She looks like a stupid, effing idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seemed to have inhabited my body. My words echo her own. That, or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me loud and clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Kotomi grits her teeth and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but by some minor miracle, I manage to hold my ground. Progress. Physically, I mean. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me. Oh, adrenaline rush.
Noriko, that was amazing!
I nod and sway a little, then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles while patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen, thanks to the steam that has fogged up the glass. Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I really don't need. I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. Oh, please don't do that. They're gonna aim for you. And that's not good. I open the shower door and tiptoe out. My wet and dripping body causes a pool of water to form on the bathroom floor. The deaf hand snatches up my phone and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running and it greets me with the welcome warmth that I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, while my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from Noise under user @KojiKoji. Kojiro is calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey,
Hi. Good time?
sure.
Bad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Why you're so blunt?
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well... Sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
Noise-chan. The message board Noise Channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise-chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange score photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive semi-famous singer/idol/actor/whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Most probably the idol.
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to a strange post. Oh, then maybe it's the businessman? The carbon copy businessman? No idea.
Was hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
Oh, straight up? This again? Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting."
This one might be the idol.
End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is a semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them themselves? Or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit, he's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Kosuke, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I had planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over. But not me. Not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step up out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flap on my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I'm thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still loving my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit. Entering my bedroom, I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it toward me. A few clever keywords in the search engine quickly leads me to the post on Nice channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted just today, and a follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my two latest victims created this post. I spent a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to his mod? It's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. Is this after work? He should be here by now. I was pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 PM. It's already 5:45 PM and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, and I'm not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I've never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he would take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through with this if I didn't firmly believe that.
Hi.
My neck jerks in reaction to the voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Zaz, traffic?
What a lame excuse.
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen and he looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion of my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Wait, no, that's not...
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
But he's saying it in a very flat manner.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
Ugh.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I sleepily blurt out my true confession. Oh, you should have just played along with it. But I don't think she has any experience in that.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely. If you can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths and...
It feels kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh yeah, I did, huh? That was stupid of me.
They were anonymous to begin with, I think.
I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Then... come on, throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Eiichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicions at the time. Oh... Kojiro knew who requested Eiichi Hanada's death? If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was one of Corpse Girl's victims. But if what Kojiro is telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand.
Is this just very plain coincidence?
You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you're a Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
I was the one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
I knew it. It's just very coincidental. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood drain from my face.
I submitted his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
But let me just counter that. Is he also lying that he's the one that wrote Eiichi Hanada's death? See that? He's maybe trying to bait and really solidify his theory. See? But what's the motive? That's the thing. And the music though. Despite my day's state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course that would paint me as a liar.
You've known this whole time.
In his eyes.
Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods, my methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy, or a powerful ally, and it's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make him an offer that he can't refuse.
Join me. Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decide to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me, a paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the crucial point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
This offer is a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it was the only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry, already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day, but you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs a big, hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along.
Play along. He's still keeping the cards.
Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bit of sweat forms on the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing because I have planned out this whole scenario in detail. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
He's setting the deal. I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so if he wants to take it further, that's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it will surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once, and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes and he reverts to his awkward alien self.
Saw us about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Seriously? Did I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that. The spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
Ah, that's where the title game came from?
A factory?
An abandoned factory, all for our corpse collection. I like the sound of that. It's pretty late by the time I get back home. I'm completely wiped out. That conversation with Kojiro took away more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth is parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking far too much. Still, I'm happy with the end result. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. I'll wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. I figured that I should turn in for the night since I need to be at the office in the morning. But the ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeve, and I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. I'll take a quick look for new requests. Just a peek. Laptop open and I logged in. I feel a surge of endorphins slug me across the face when I see the notification for one new request. Screaming like an overly excited schoolgirl, I open the message and view the details. Request details. Today, 6:02 p.m. local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. The photo loads almost instantly and fills the screen. A woman, middle-aged, with a stern expression, well-groomed and dressed in business attire. And immediately familiar. Gotomi Ida. I'm in complete disbelief. Seeing this request come through the site gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this moment before. The answer hits me quickly despite my mind's exhaustion. Gotomi Ida isn't the first co-worker of mine to have her death requested. Though I didn't know at the time, Akane Tsurumaki also worked in my building, and her death was requested not all that long ago. Gotomi Ida marks the second person to be wanted dead within my company, and she's an exec, just like Tsurumaki. I wonder if this is simply a coincidence. It surely has to be. After all, Tomoe confessed that she was the one to request Tsurumaki's death, and she seemed to regret doing so. Therefore, I have to doubt that she'd go on to upload Gotomi Ida's photo to the site. So, who could want Gotomi Ida dead? She isn't the most likable person, but who really is? She deals with the juniors on my floor on a regular basis. The juniors, like me, Tomoe, Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Gotomi, Shinya's prospects at the company are dead in the dirt. And that's before even diving into the true issue, their current relationship. Would he request her death as retribution? He doesn't seem like the type, but... I let out a sigh. I'm far too tired to run through the myriad possibilities tonight. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate to the database of the deceased to start on this request. I'll tackle this tomorrow. No matter the reasons behind the request, Gotomi Ida will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as corpse girl, after all. I close the lid on my laptop and throw myself down on the bed, begging for sleep to claim me quickly.
I need to talk to you.
What's with that look? Got something up your ass?
Come on, just follow me.
I grab Tomoe's wrist and guide her away from the labyrinth of desks and into the elevator waiting patiently for us. We emerge from the double doors into the lobby. The place is quiet and nearly empty. It offers significantly more privacy than the crowded 14th floor.
God, your fingers are bony. You're pinching me.
Sorry.
I let go of her wrist and she rubs it gingerly against her clothes.
Anyway, what's up?
I hesitate for a moment. Even though I ran through this scenario in my head during the train ride, I'm still anxious about playing it out now. But this situation involves Tomoe, either directly or indirectly. As my friend, she needs to know.
I think Corpse Girl is going to target Gotomi Ida.
Huh? Did she get one of them photos?
Her reaction is fairly indifferent. I thought after being involved in Tsurumaki's death, this news would have more of an impact on her.
Well, no, I don't think so, but...
You are... Noriko, you are really... You're really, like, putting yourself out there as Corpse Girl, huh?
How do you know then?
That's hard to explain. Just bear with me.
You may think Tomoe is a bit airheaded, but seriously, don't expose yourself like that.
Gotomi and Shinya had a falling out. Because of her, his career here is at an end. I'm sure he told you about it.
Yep.
That makes sense. Shinya will confide in his girlfriend about his career, but I don't know the extent of Tomoe's inside knowledge. I doubt she knows the true nature of their relationship, judging by how nonchalant her reaction has been so far.
So, if you can kind of guess what I'm getting at?
What?
I think, maybe, that Shinya requested her death.
Shinya? Nah, he don't have it in him. Besides, that bitch has it coming.
She does?
Yep. I'm surprised you found out about it, but I plugged her photo into Corpse Girl's website yesterday.
Ah, it was Tomoe. I'm stunned. I can hardly formulate a response to Tomoe's confession. She is...
An absolute skank. She deserves to die.
Oh, there's more to it to Tomoe than meets the eye.
But why? After you requested Akane Tsurumaki's death, why would you...
Look, it's not about Shinya's career, alright? I spoke with him, real deep and meaningful like. He confided in me, but since we're friends, I suppose I can share it with you. Kotami Ida has been sexually assaulting him.
Seriously?
Oh, he has confided that in her. Good for him. Actually, good for him. I feigned a surprised reaction. In reality, I'm just more taken aback that Shinya actually confessed to Tomoe.
It's been going on for months, he says. And now she's fucked his career up, so he'll have no choice but to leave the company.
Months? This is not about Aoi's situation.
He leaves, and she gets off free without anyone finding out about what she's been doing to him. I hate her. I hate her so fucking much.
I try to digest Tomoe's words. I didn't know that Shinya has been putting up with the abuse for such a long time. So, Kotomi's motive for ending his career was purely out of self-interest. She was probably looking for a reason, any reason, to discard him. And that slight incident with Aoi was just good enough for her to seize. If he quits the company, she won't get found out. It's a simple plan, but utterly devious.
We should tell someone what she's been doing. She can't get away with that.
She ain't gonna get away with it. Corpse Girl's coming for her, remember? I can't wait to hear the news about Kotomi winding up dead somewhere. I hope she gets her throat slit.
That seems to be the calling card for like so many of currently.
Yeah.
But hey, how'd you find out about it?
See? Tomoe cocks her head and gives me a concerned look. I brace myself as I watch the gears slowly turning inside her head, waiting for her to point the finger at me. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to reveal this information to Tomoe. I should have just kept my mouth shut and fulfilled the request like always. Damn it, why does my curiosity always get the better of me? I'm going to cause my own demise at the rate I'm going.
Oh, I figured it out. Kotomi must have received a photo and told you about it, huh? Wow, that corpse girl sure works fast.
Tomoe's gleeful expression suddenly caves in and she gasps.
Wait a minute. Why would she even show you something like that? When I think about it, there was that time you got a photo but nothing happened to you. Then, the only way you could have really known about Kotomi is...
I flinch as Tomoe takes a purposeful step toward me.
You're a corpse girl, aren't you? You have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I avert my gaze and look to the floor in silence.
God, are you for real? I can't believe it.
You took your sweet time figuring it out.
Oh, you... okay. You just took it as it is.
Don't give me that bullshit. You can't expect me to figure out something like that if you're gonna try so hard to hide it. What the fuck, girl? You get your rocks off by killing people?
No, not exactly. I don't kill people.
The hell you don't! Explain that bitch Tsurumaki!
She killed herself.
Yeah, she killed herself. That's the cover-up, right?
I'm serious. she killed herself. But Corpse Girl encouraged her to do it.
Tomoe blinks a few times, her face scrunching up and analyzing my blank expression.
You're telling the truth. Holy shit. I can't believe this. You're really Corpse Girl?
There's no going back now. After hiding my true identity for nearly a year, I've managed to reveal it to 2 people in less than 24 hours. I just hope I haven't made a fatal mistake.
It's true. I'm Corpse Girl.
Wow, fuck me, right? All this time I've been thinking you're just some goth skank with weird hobbies. But you're actually pretty fucking cool. You're actually doing something with your life.
Huh?
Huh? I thought you'd be angry with me.
Angry? Why would I be angry? God, this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm friends with fucking Corpse Girl. And people said I'd never amount to nothing.
Oh. Is she the type that wants to hang out with people with reputation? I don't know.
Though it took me long enough to figure it out. I ain't the sharpest light bulb in the shed.
I can't argue with that.
Tomoe laughs and puts her arm around my shoulder. I shrink away a little, but her good cheer is somewhat infectious. I feel a flood of relief wash through my body.
So, like, I gotta know. How many people have you killed?
Why is she so interested in... Oh, never mind. This is just a game. But she's weird. Tomoe is weird.
I said I don't kill people, remember?
Yeah, you know what I mean. How many have offed themselves because of you?
It's an embarrassingly small number.
That's so? Oh, that's a shame. Listen, you gotta fill me in on all the juicy deets later, Kay. For now, please focus on getting rid of that bitch Kotomi.
Huh? She's taking it surprisingly well.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, slut. Shinya and I will owe you one for sure.
And I hope your mouth don't tell Shinya. Tomoe swings around and looks toward the elevator. She turns back and gives me a thumbs up gesture.
This convo never happened. Got it?
That's my line. You can't tell anyone about me and Corpse Girl.
Please, who would I tell?
Well, the police, for starters?
Fuck 'em. I ain't a squealer. I'm on your side, Corpse Girl. Relax. Anyway, peace.
Tomoe ducks away and leaves me standing alone. I really hope I made the right decision here. I suppose I don't have a choice but to keep moving forward. My first order of business should be to take care of Kotomi Ida. If I can get her to herself, it'll prove to Tomoe that I'm not messing around, and it might cement our friendship even further. I just have to get through the rest of the workday, then I can return home and focus on crafting Kotomi's corpse photo. That's when the real fun will begin. I reach into the drawer and clutch a cheap plastic burner phone between my fingers. Crafting the photo of Kotomi Ida is done. All I need to do now is send it. I thought about waiting until tomorrow, but I already put on making the photo for a day, so I'll make my move tonight. During editing, I timestamp the photo with tomorrow's date, 10:46 AM. Isn't it too fast? It doesn't leave much time if Kotomi receives the photo tonight, but I'm confident the plan will be effective. Kotomi will look at the photo tonight. She'll either freak out and end it all immediately, or after a sleepless night of anxiety, she'll pull the trigger, figuratively speaking, instead of going to the office in the morning. I could cross my fingers and hope that by divine intervention, someone else would take her life. But based on my recent failures, I don't think that's likely anymore. If anyone else was ever involved in the deaths of Corpse Girl's victims, I don't think they're still around. Why else would my last few attempts have failed? No, my best bet is to urge Kotomi to simply herself. A convincing enough corpse photo might be enough to lure her to her death. When I turn on the burner phone, I'm happy to see the battery is still charged. I load up the phone number masking app, enter my trademark digits, and then shoot the photo into the network. If Kotomi is a screen addict like the rest of society, she'll be freaking out in about 10 seconds. Since this victim is going to have a quick turnaround time, I'll take the burner to the back shed tonight to store it, and I'll ditch it on the way to the office tomorrow. I'm not expecting a reply within such a narrow time frame, so there's no need to hold onto the phone for 24 hours like I normally do. Clutching the phone with one hand, I grab my keys from the kitchen bench with the other. I step toward the front door. Beep beep beep. The phone in my hand vibrates violently and I nearly dropped it in terror.
What the?
I bring the screen swiftly to my face and read the alert. One new message. Without thinking, I unlock the phone and open the message. It's a reply from Kotomi Ida. You think this is funny? I know who you are. I'll report you to the police.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. She actually replied. For the first time since Corpse Girl started her grand work, I've actually received a reply from a victim. Even though I used the number mask, there's actually nothing stopping someone from directly replying to my message. The reply would still get sent through the network and back to the burner phone SIM card. The number mask is simply a stealth tactic, disabling the ability to reveal what the phone number actually is. It doesn't prevent replies. I discard the burner phones anyway, but it's an extra layer of security, not to mention a bit of a calling card. Judging by Kotomi's response, I assume we have a fighter on our hands. She's not going to give in easily. Her threat about reporting me to the police is a bluff. I'm confident that she couldn't possibly know my identity.
I've been waiting for this. I've waited so long for someone to reply.
I can finally put my contingency plan into practice. I've been holding out for this moment. I feel a wicked grin split my face in two and I mash my fingers against the screen as I compose a venomous reply. You like that photo? That's you in about 12 hours, unless you follow my instructions. The message sends in an instant and I eagerly await the next reply. I'm not left waiting for long. Kotomi's response comes through within seconds. Her attitude has completely changed. Please, I'll do anything. What do you want?
I called your bluff, you piece of shit. Now you'll do what I tell you to.
I enter my instructions clearly and concisely. Pack 500,000 into a bag, put it in coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station. Retrieve the item already inside. Put the locker key inside a full soda bottle and leave it on top of the locker. After I send the message, I decide to add one last bit. Do it now, make sure no one sees you. Then go to platform 12, do not board a train. Await my instructions. Satisfied with this addendum, I hit send. If Kotomi truly fears of her well-being, she'll carry out the instructions. Her response arrives shortly. Okay, I'll do it. I'm going there now.
Yes!
Are you sure? I've done it. I've convinced her. I'll collect the money once I'm sure she's no longer hanging around. 500,000 yen is nothing to sneeze at. It's not life-changing, but it'll cover my rent for a few good months. I chose this amount to simply test the waters. Asking for an insane amount would make it impossible for a victim to follow through. But I figured someone like Kotomi, and except for a big company, would easily have access to this much dough. I'll go collect the money. And if everything goes well, Kotomi Ida will disappear before sunrise. You want to go now? You really are going now. Why? You're not afraid that she's called the cops? Though the hour is late, quite a few commuters are still navigating through Shinjuku Station's wide platforms and underground labyrinth. The train station beneath my feet is a sprawling metropolis that extends below the city. It's packed with restaurants, shops, and other outlets. But as I'm standing on one of the countless trade platforms above ground, that world might as well be a completely different dimension. The only problem is that I'll have to brave the maze as soon as I descend the platform stairs. I tend to get dizzy in such places. My normal morning route doesn't require me to travel through the underground plaza. I'm able to exit the station within minutes of my train arriving at the platform. Still, I'm somewhat familiar with the layout of the underground. I know exactly where coin locker 6644 is located. Coin lockers in train stations like these are a popular way for people to store luggage or personal belongings for a few hours at a time. In Shinjuku, it can often be difficult to find even a single available locker. But coin locker 6644 is special. I approach it from the main passageway of the underground and my eyes take in the familiar sight. Locker 6644 sits in the middle row, nestled between countless other lockers. Across its door is a thick coat of graffiti, colorful curses sprayed on it with thick paint and adorn the locker. The graffiti is such an eyesore that it acts as a deterrent to anyone who might want to store their belongings. Oh, there's a soda bottle. The icing on the cake is the condition of the coin-operated lock. The thing is busted and dented from physical abuse, like someone has tried to pry into it with a crowbar on multiple occasions. However, I know from testing it firsthand that the lock still works despite its battered appearance. No one in their right mind would use this locker, and that makes it the perfect spot to host my pickup. Glancing at the locker, I notice that a soda bottle sits on top of it. A soda bottle full of bubbly opaque liquid. I quickly look around to make sure that Kotomi Ida is nowhere in sight. I walk past the locker and complete a lap around the immediate area, scanning thoroughly for her. But she isn't here. In fact, there are very few people in this little section of the station. Good. She followed my instructions perfectly. After leaving the key in the soda bottle, she left immediately. I approach the locker once more. I reach up above it and retrieve the soda bottle, then crack it open to hear the fizzy hiss. I bring the lid of the bottle to eye level and peer inside, trying to identify the shape of a key within the swirling ocean of carbonation. There it is. I try to fish inside the narrow bottle opening with my fingers. Thin though they are, I can't squeeze more than one finger inside the bottle at a time, of course. I could tip the bottle over and let the soda and the key spill out onto the floor. But if someone sees me being a nuisance and causing a mess, it'll draw unwanted attention. I've got no choice but to chuck back some of the soda and try to catch the key in my mouth. As disgusting as the concept is, I need to steel myself. I raise the bottle to my lips, tilt my head back, and pour the foul liquid into my open mouth. The saccharine tang of artificial flavoring assaults my taste buds and I immediately want to vomit. But I'm committed to seeing this through. I can throw up later. The most important thing is getting the key. It isn't until the bottle is half empty that the cold metal key drops into my mouth. It clanks against my teeth and I nearly choke in surprise. Sputtering and spitting, I feel droplets of soda running down my chin. My cheeks are puffed out like a squirrel as I try to retain the key and the soda in my mouth. I reach my fingers into pursed, tight lips and recover the tiny key. I quickly swallow down the rest of the soda in my mouth, trying hard not to release a repugnant belch. I turn the key over in my hand and smile. My sticky teeth adhere to my lips and it takes me a few seconds to lick them clean. Tossing the soda bottle into the nearby trash can, I wipe the key clean on my skirt and quickly insert it into the coin locker. I twist the key, turn the latch, and swing the locker door open. Inside the dark vault is a single bag, a simple paper pouch like you would get at a grocery store. I pulled the paper bag out and took a look inside. Thick stacks of 10,000 yen bills fill the bag. I'm not foolish enough to stand here and count it out, but I'm confident the amount is at least pretty close to what I requested.
It worked! My plan worked!
I can hardly believe it. I devised this contingency plan months ago. I waited so long to try it out. All I needed was somebody to reply to their corpse photo, somebody to try and reject their fate. I wanted to prove that people would bow to fear and do anything to save their own skin. And it seems that I was right.
Just one more thing to do.
I fold out the paper bag and clutch it tightly. With my free hand, I pull the burner phone out of my handbag. I compose a message to Kotomi Ida, who should be obediently waiting above ground on the train platform. When the next train arrives on your platform, stab the first person to disembark. You must kill them. If you escape, leave this prefecture and never return. It's done. When I first opened the coin locker and retrieved the paper bag, I immediately noticed the life that I had placed inside months ago was missing. Kotomi followed every word of my instructions. My message had read, pack 500,000 yen into a bag, put it in coin locker 6644 at Shinjuku Station, retrieve the item already inside. Oh, I given Kotomi an opportunity. She can trade another's life for her own. If she kills someone exiting the train, Corpse Girl will spare her life. It's a simple exchange and one that I bet she's willing to make. If she gets away with a murder, she'll flee from this place. I won't see her ever again, and neither will Shinya or Tomoe. To us, she'll be as good as dead. And as for Corpse Girl, well, as long as her body is claimed in exchange, she'll be satisfied. After a few minutes of waiting for a reply to a message, I figured that she's not going to write back. She's probably getting ready to fulfill her task. Keen to witness how this unfolds, I take the nearest escalator up toward the train platform. Oh! The scene is absolute chaos. It wasn't difficult at all to navigate to this area. All I had to do was follow the echoey screams. I spied the shadowed form of a body lying on the platform in front of me. I can't make out any details, but a shallow pool of blood reflects the harsh light shining from up high. To my surprise and delight, a second body is brought across the ground nearby. It's a young woman's corpse, with one arm raised against the side of a vending machine. Adrenaline surges through me at the violent scene. Kotomi Ida, she managed to take out 2 people. She might be my new favorite person in the entire world. I hear panicked voices in the background and I turn my head slowly. What the? Two more bodies are on the ground. 2 men in expensive looking suits are collapsing puddles of their own lifeblood. One of them is still moving and groaning, pleading for somebody to stem the tide of gore. A familiar, lustful, tingling sensation begins to stir and rise through my belly, my thighs, my pelvis. I feel my toes clench and my breathing grows heavier. There's one more surprise to be had here amidst this beautiful spectacle of carnage. What? Oh. A woman is slumped in one of the plastic chairs that lines the platform. Her head is tilted, her suit jacket stained with red. A thick knife with a black grip protrudes from inside of her neck. A bubbling river of vital fluid cascades around the criminal blade and pools within her shirt collar. Even with her face masked by blood, it doesn't take me more than a few seconds to recognize her identity. Kotomi Ida. Dead. Oh, shit. Oh. I swing around and take in the entire view of the platform. Counting up the bodies and the path of slaughter, my mind pieces together a theoretical scenario. Kotomi waited as the train doors opened, knife drawn, the knife she retrieved from locker 6644. When the first person stepped out of the train, she stabbed him and left him for dead. The body that I first saw laying on the edge of the platform is perfectly aligned next to the train to fit this theory. In a panic, Kotomi would have attempted to flee. She bumped into a second victim, the young woman slumped against the vending machine, and cut her down desperately to make her escape. Judging by the wound on Kotomi's own body, I would assume the 2 businessmen lying face down tried to apprehend her. They must have sustained fatal wounds before finally managed to wrestle the knife away and plunge it into Kotomi's neck. No, I don't think so, but it's all just speculation, but I'm fairly confident that's how this whole event played out. It was probably over in less than 60 seconds, and it wouldn't have worked out better for me. I never dared to hope that Kotomi would meet her end once this plan had been set into motion. I would have been satisfied with her simply skipping town. I feel my legs weakening under my weight, and I'm afraid I might buckle at any second. The waves of radiating hate spreading through my body are causing me to tremble and shake. There's so much blood. It's everywhere. I've seen it in countless photos. Oh, what? I don't think I sped that up on my own volition. Let me check, okay? There's so much blood, it's everywhere. I've seen it in countless photos and thought I had become desensitized to it, but maybe I was wrong. Seeing blood in real life is completely different. I feel faint and pale and excited and aroused. I need to get out here before the police arrive. More importantly, I need to get away before I collapse in a sweaty heap of lust and pleasure. I turn on my heel and sprint down the rising escalator as fast as my quivering legs will permit. Okay, and with that, I think I will end my stream. Wow, there's so much going on. Oh, wow. This game is not meant for the weak-hearted, really. It takes a lot of... It really covers a lot of topic. Okay, I'll stop the stream for now, and maybe I'll see you some other day then. Bye-bye. I'll just stop the stream for now. There's too many things to actually wrap around my head with in this game. Okay, that's all. Bye-bye.